Hi, I'm Jan Malott, and I'm a resident here at the Villager. And in my other life, I was an art teacher for 38 years at Truman High School, mostly, a couple of colleges and so forth. But I'm here today to show you a little bit about perspective drawing. And perspective is showing depth on a two-dimensional plane. And one of the ways we can show depth, the easiest way, is to overlap objects, so that if they overlap, you can tell which one is in front. The next thing we need to know is the eye level line, or the horizon line. And the eye level line is just what it says. It's a line that is even with your eyes. So if we were upstairs in this room, our eye level line would be higher than it is if I'm in this room. The vanishing point is a point on the eye level line that is right in front of you. So it always has to be on the eye level line. But when you move, your vanishing point moves. So the rule for linear perspective is all horizontal, parallel, receding lines converge at a point on the eye level line called the vanishing point. And I'll demonstrate that. So if you have a piece of paper, a pencil, and some hard edge to draw along. It can be a ruler, it can be a triangle, it can be another piece of paper, it can be the edge of a book, anything that's straight that you would like to draw on or with. So I'd like you to copy this. This green line is the eye level line, and the red dot in the center is the vanishing point. So if you could draw these 5 rectangular and square shapes and 1 circle, and just find something that you can draw around that's round. And if you can't find anything handily, then just fake it and draw as near to a circle as you can on this. And I'll give you a couple minutes to do that. Now this is the way that you can always draw buildings. If you want to draw buildings, if you want to draw a cityscape, if you want to draw a cabin in the woods, whatever, anytime there's straight lines, and you can draw it in linear perspective. And it gets to be pretty fascinating, the things that you can do with linear perspective. So if you haven't finished yet, just go along with me and we'll come back to the ones you haven't finished. So we're going to start with this square right here. And notice it's right under the vanishing point. So I'm going to draw a line for this corner to the vanishing point. And from this corner to the vanishing point. Then we're going to cut off the back of the top of the box. So this is the front of the box and this is the top of the box. So make a straight horizontal line somewhere in that triangle. Excuse me, I have some allergies. So you can choose any place in there that you want to put it, and I just put it there. So I'll go over this in black so you can see.
Yeah, I know what's down here.
Now, we have drawn the front of the box, the top of the box. And you can erase these other lines right here if they get confusing. Excuse me. I'm sorry. So we have our first box drawn. And let's extrapolate a rule from it. any shape
Oh,
that is below the eye level line,
dust.
you will see the top of. Any shape that is right under the vanishing point, you will see the front and the top of. So this is our first box. Now let's draw this one here.
That's what I complained about. She complained to Jesus.
I'm going to make a line from that corner to the vanishing point, from that corner to the vanishing point, and also from this corner to the vanishing point. Now, depending on where you drew your
I need my
square, this might not look exactly like mine, but you can look at the front, the side, and the top of this one. And then we're going to cut off the back of it.
She said something pleasant to me on Monday.
And you're going to hear me say this about 400 times. When you draw the back of a box,
Just don't take me to them, I'm not ready.
you have to draw it at the same angle as this line in front of the two receding lines. So this is a straight vertical, this will have to be a straight vertical. And the top of it goes from the corner we've just drawn,
Stay here with us when she comes in.
straight over.
You wouldn't have a job anymore. They fire us.
So there's the top of the box. So again, if we look at the front of the box, the top of the box because it is below the eye level line, and the side of the box because it is not under the vanishing point, you now are seeing three sides of this box. So let's try this one. You draw from the corners that are closest to the vanishing
Your
point
narrow, she got gray hair too.
and draw back.
Narrows it down. One of those.
Now because this overlaps the eye level line, we're going to see the front of it and the side of it closest to the vanishing point. And we're going to cut this one off back here like this. If you're drawing buildings, unless you're up above them, like in an airplane or helicopter, or up on the third floor looking out over the city,
You know, we have our own names. And we have
this
to
is what
remember
most of your buildings will look like. The front and a side. This, in comparison to this, could be a doghouse. And this could be a storage box from U-Haul.
Who are you talking? I like that.
So now we have
Hey, I got one that I could probably call that.
those boxes drawn. Let's draw this box.
Hey, Charlotte. Okay, I'm absolutely
Cut it off at the back. And again,
That needs to
always
be-
parallel
I'll be over there.
to the line in front.
I didn't give her one.
That is between those two lines. Now that should look funny to you. I hope it does.
Oh, shoot.
Because you see that I've drawn this back line at an angle. And that just doesn't look right to what we normally see. So let me draw it again.
Yeah.
And I'll draw it from this corner and draw it straight.
I just don't. I got her on Monday and I'm thinking, okay.
So now we have a box that's the front of the box,
That's enough.
the side of the box closest to the vanishing point,
That's
and the bottom of the box. So if we saw flying boxes, airplanes, drones, second story balconies, anything of that order, this is what you will see. So now I'm going to give you a minute or two, and I'd like you to draw this one in 3 dimensions and this in 3 dimensions.
Well, there you go. That's all you gotta say. There you go.
You'll see the front of this box, side of the box, and the bottom of the box. And that box can be however big you want to make it. I mean, when you cut it off the back, you're using your judgment.
Huh. Hard to say. Well, you never know. No, I do like it though when he does come down here because he really gets under Donna's skin too. And those two. It's an interesting setup.
So now here's a much deeper box.
Like this is a lot of go.
And we could put an airplane in there. We wanted to draw
We don't even want
wings.
that. Just bring your cane, right? Well,
Yeah, I've seen how he treats it. He's been married 4 times. Forced to people up here.
They might look something like this.
oh, I love it.
In cartoon version, of course. So, how'd you do on this one? This one's a kind of a trick one, I admit. So watch how I draw it. Take from your vanishing point and move your straight edge to where it intersects the side of the circle.
Anyway, no, that's fine.
That's okay.
We didn't have to go through that again.
On both sides.
Did you want to try one?
And you see we've drawn a cylinder.
You want to try what?
Now, remember what I said.
Well,
Always cut off the back of it the same way as the front of it. So, this would be a curve matching this curve. And those are the basic shapes that you might draw in perspective.
I'm pretty shocked. I mean,
And you can draw buildings, you can draw abstractions, like this could be outer space, and this could be all kinds of things going back. And I've showed you a little bit of what it can do on this one. This happens to have a road, and here's the vanishing point. So if this is the vanishing point, this is where I'm standing. So this vanishing point is always on the eye level line, right in front of me. And so you can see that it doesn't have to be in the middle of the eye level line if you're drawing something that's over at the side.
I'll start going.
So now, here's a box we've drawn, and it overlaps the eye level line, and I've put siding on it. Now notice that the siding on this side goes straight across,
I can make them
and the siding on this side goes to the vanishing point. So each time you draw one of those lines, you have to move your swivel, your straight edge, like this. The top of the door on this side also goes to the vanishing point. So we call this the receding side. And this is the flat side. And this one, the top of the door goes straight across, and the top of this goes straight across. Now let's try and put the top on it. So I'm doing a triangle here at the end for a gabled roof, and then the top of this is drawn to the vanishing point, and then we cut off back here the same angle as we do that line. If I'm drawing a driveway or a sidewalk on this side, because it's parallel to this, we'll be going to the vanishing point.
What?
And over here, the receding side goes to the vanishing point. So if you're walking along this way, and you make a turn and go into this building, and here's the sidewalk for this side, parallel to that. So, I hope you've understood the demonstration. and that you can draw whatever you want to. Some buildings, some cars. The cars would be in perspective going down this road. Car would be in perspective sitting over here. You can put all kinds of other buildings in. You can put churches in with church spires. You can make a village, and it's a lot of fun to do this while we're quarantined. And you can look at books and magazines and at pictures of buildings, and now you have the basics of how to draw those buildings in perspective so that you see 3 dimensions on a 2-dimensional plane. Those of you that are in my classes, sorry that I didn't do something new for you, but maybe we can get together soon and you'll have something new to do in perspective. Thanks.